introduce our speaker for today. Setting herself up here. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our speaker. Alyssa started in the SAIL program in September of 2010. I was just thinking about you. You had a bug. What was that thing? A walker stick. You had like a
Praying mantis?
A praying mantis. Brought to school, and I was like, wow. Anyway, that's what I remember. I remember a lot of things about Alyssa, but I also remember the bug. She was a student in the SAIL program for 2 years, and while she was in SAIL, Alyssa took classes at Wabanzi. Alyssa then decided to attend Judson College and study film. Alyssa's always loved to write movies, direct them, and film them, so studying film was a perfect major for her. Alyssa just graduated this past December from Judson with her bachelor's degree. And while at Judson, Alyssa wrote, filmed, and directed a documentary on autism. And last year, for our staff, Alyssa was kind enough to allow us to show her documentary at the Arcata for our staff and for the community, which was open to the public free of charge. And after the movie, Alyssa held a question and answer about her documentary and her life with autism. And of course, if you'd like a copy, they are available for purchase at the back table. And I'd like you to all welcome Alyssa Hubert.
Thanks, Dr. C. How do you define success? What does it mean to you? Maybe it means becoming famous or inventing something. Maybe getting a job, learning to drive, making friends, or maybe just getting out of bed in the morning to push through one more difficult day. I think that success is an ongoing journey that looks different for everyone. For me, my story is inseparable from my success. I decided from a young age that I really wanted to make movies. I wrote a script, a pretty bad one, honestly. I was only 10 years old. I never did make it into a film, but that did spark my interest in making movies. After I started going to middle school, I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. The teachers noticed that I was a bit different. Like when they called on me in class, I would reply with meow instead of an actual answer, since I was obsessed with cats at the time. School was so overwhelming for me that I had meltdowns when I got home. Sometimes I even kicked holes in the walls. I was just so exhausted from trying to put up a brave front every day. When I was a teenager, I was socially awkward. I had trouble making friends. I was also very anxious and depressed a lot, and I felt lost and alone. And I mention these dark times because success can't happen without two things: failure and struggle, and I had a lot of that. In spite of that, I did make some friends. I finally got to know enough people to have a small cast for a movie. So I teamed up with some friends to produce an amateur film called Cursed Waters, a comedy adventure about pirates. It's not my best work, but it was a lot of fun, and it was a good filmmaking experience. When I got to the SAIL program, I made friends more easily. I learned how to be a good friend and an example of a good student, though I did cause trouble sometimes. My favorite day was cooking day, because we got to eat all the food we made. I loved the SAIL program and my friends, so much that I made a short video series about all of our shenanigans. It's up on YouTube. I started college at Judson University in 2012, and I recently graduated with a BA in Media Creation and Production. And I'm currently in the process of finding a suitable job in my field. While I was still in college, I produced a documentary on Asperger's syndrome and autism titled Through Our Eyes, Living with Asperger's. And like Dr. C said, I brought some DVDs at the table over there. There's also some of my art pieces that I made if you like cute things. I would say that my documentary is one of my greatest accomplishments because it's helped a lot of people who have watched it. In fact, it's received almost 500,000 views on YouTube since I posted it in 2015. Now, a lot of people equate success with happiness, but something that I learned is that the traditional idea of success, like getting a lot of views on YouTube, it's not the key to happiness. My documentary did help my confidence, but there's a lot more to it than that. So I wanted to share what I've learned in my journey so far. My first step to success was to take care of myself, physically and mentally. If I'm not feeling well, I'm not going to do well. So I've worked hard to establish healthy habits like getting enough sleep, eating balanced meals, exercising, advocating for my special needs, and addressing underlying health problems so that I can feel my best. Another thing that I learned that I want to share is don't underestimate your value. Like any other person, you deserve to live, to be supported and loved. You deserve to be hired for jobs, to make a living, to have friends, to have fun. And it doesn't matter if you have a disability or a health condition or other limitations. You are just as awesome as anybody else. Also, always do your best. Not my best, not Anne's best, not some other person's best, but your best. Don't compare yourself to other people. If your best means getting out of bed in the morning, or getting out the door on time, or being brave when you have to make a phone call, or go to the doctor, your best is just as good as anybody else's best. Also, wherever you are in life, look for the positives. I guarantee that if you look, you will always find something good, even in the darkest places. Whenever you feel upset or unmotivated, or if you get stuck in your journey to success, take a deep breath and look at the beautiful world around you. Always believe you can be better. The best thing about being imperfect is that you can always improve. Like, if I've been skipping on my daily workout, I make myself do it next time. Or if I've been hurtful with my words, I try to be better by thinking before I speak. Or if I feel alone and I don't know what to do, I see my therapist who can help me get back on track. The last important lesson that I learned is don't be afraid to lead your own life. You're an adult now and your own person, and you can make your own decisions. It's good to ask for help, though you ultimately decide what advice to take. You are in control of your life. As you graduate from the SAIL program and head towards your future, be proud of who you are and what you've done in life. Reflect on your happy memories, accomplishments, and friends that you've had. And take what you've learned and use it to reach your dreams.